everybody, this is Yakes87 and welcome back to the Yakes87 World Tour. Today, our tour brings us to Irwindale Speedway in Southern California. So we are going to be running the inner course to start off with. That's the track on the inside of the circuit. It's basically like the pit road track. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of a fun layout, but it's a very tricky track. It's not really tricky, but it's different. It's small. It's very compact. It's good for like smaller cars. So what's better than smaller cars? How about a late model? Let's drive with the late model. So as you can see, we're making our approach onto the track here in turns 3 and 4, and we come out, and there is the green flag. So we're just going to get up into 4th gear, and round we go. As you can see, it's a very short track, so this is probably going to be a very short challenge, but it'll be a fun challenge because it's going to be about staying focused and not getting dizzy and running all 87 laps. The nice thing is, like, it's mostly a lift, brake, and accelerate short track. It's not like super attentive like some of the other short tracks, like your Bristols and stuff like that. I mean, it's very much, it almost feels like you never really get out of the corners with just how tight and compact the corners themselves are, and the short straightaways as well. There's really not a lot of time to get up to speed and brake. I mean, I'm kind of just barely getting on the brake as we're slowing down for these corners. So 15.744. The spotter is going to do most of the talking here because we're doing this in like 15-second bursts. So I mean, we're getting 4 laps done in a minute, which is a crazy pace for 87 laps. Yeah, another thing that helps is driving a car that's, not too quick, not too slow, so that it's entertaining to run these laps, but it's also not like super stressful. Like, we're going to be running the full outside track with the super late, so it's going to be a little bit faster. It's going to be a little bit more challenging, but it should be fun either way. But it's a lot different than, say, driving the Cup car at Bristol, where it's just a lot of power, tight track, the high bankings. This is kind of just, it's relatively flat, so it is kind of, it actually is flat. So it keeps the it keeps the speeds down, so you can focus more on just getting around the track. I know I'm probably running a horrible line through this track, but I don't care. I mean, the whole point of this is to just do the laps on the tracks. Obviously, I'm trying not to just, just putz around the track, and I'm actually, like, making an attempt. But I'm also, like, it's been a while since I've even driven this car, much less on this particular track. So, I mean, I'm way off the racing line there. I'm just not slowing it down enough. And we also got the older tires. But we're getting there.
15.918.
There we go. We want to get right on that yellow line and drive off.
.796.
Alright, well, lap 14 is complete. We're on 15 now. I haven't got much else to say about this track at the moment, so I'll be back with you guys in just a moment. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Twitch, I am still right here. I will be here, so feel free to hop in. Twitch.tv/Yakes87, and we'll see you guys in a moment. Thank you for watching.
15.793.
Alright, welcome back everybody. It is lap 49 here at Irwindale Inner. Not really much else to report. The car seems to still be driving more or less the same. I'm really interested to see what the tires look like at the end of this thing. Because with this wheel basically cranked to the left like non-stop, I feel like I'm just shredding the right front. But I have no idea, and it'd be interesting to take a look at that. I know we've got more than enough fuel, unless the setup just doesn't have enough fuel in it. Oh yeah, just more than enough fuel.
953.
A couple of terrible laps as I was checking that, but that is alright. I mean, we're still in that like 15.6, 15.7 range for my laps, which is, and that was a bad lap, and that was still a 15.9. So I feel like I'm getting around the track pretty good. I have no idea what any sort of race pace would be here, because I've never actually raced on the Irwindale Inner course.
15.672.
It definitely looks like one of those tracks that would be kind of fun to race on, but also very difficult to pass with something that has as much power as the late model does. And this isn't even the super late model, and I feel like this has a little bit too much power for this track. I could see this being really fun in something like the Legend, or maybe even the Street Stock. But the late model, it's alright.
15.577.
It's definitely one of those tracks where if you have the setup right, you'll be able to just kind of drive away from everything. It definitely seems like a very setup dependent track, because
15.6.
I don't know, that's just the vibe I get from this one. Mostly because it just seems really difficult to pass. So I feel like the key, if you're racing on this track, would be to get out front and just kind of drive away from everybody.
15.839.
But who knows? But yeah, lap 58. We're getting pretty close to the end of this thing, and we've already clocked 17 minutes of time on track. Well, time in the sim, really, not all of that has been on track. We've been on track for about 15 minutes, which is honestly pretty good. We're going to get this done in under 30 minutes, which is very nice. Very nice indeed. I'm not in the racing line at all that time.
15.743. .882. 15.835.
Okay, so lap 63 complete. I'll probably catch up with you guys at the end. There's really not a lot going on here. It's going to be kind of short. So we'll see you guys pretty soon, and thank you for watching. Alright, so lap 75 is complete. That was a terrible entry. The car is definitely, it feels like it doesn't have the grip level I need, or that I felt earlier. The times seem to have slowed down a little bit. It's getting harder to get the car down onto that bottom groove just from all these laps on the tires. So, it's still fun though. Still having a good time. It's actually getting a little loose as I put a 15.6 in, times I was running before, so maybe it was just me the whole time, I don't know. Just kind of lulling into this state of trying to get this done. We got 10 laps to go.
15.686.
And then we can check this one off of the list. 36 tracks I have completed 87 laps on. And of those tracks, there are a total of 273 altogether.
15.601.
And we have 36 of them done. Once this is done, that's 36. That's a good amount of progress. I mean, it's taken a while, yeah, but we're definitely starting to put a sizable dent in the amount of tracks completed, which I think is great. It's good, you know, for me to look at the spreadsheets I have and actually see some progress. It makes me feel good of this ridiculous challenge that I started on my own to do 87 laps on all these tracks. But you know what? I'm doing it for me because I find it fun and it's different and it's entertaining for me. And I can't wait to do some of the crazier challenges when we get to those. Those are going to be extremely exciting.
15.8.
You know, 87 laps on the short track is kind of, you know, whatever, you know. But when we get to 87 laps on Le Mans or Nürburgring or 87 laps at, you know, Talladega, stuff like that, you know, those are tracks that are challenging, and I'm looking forward to them. I'm looking forward to, because when we did Auto Club, it was a bunch of tracks that I don't know. You know, the road courses, I had to learn those road courses, and, you know, I ran into some trouble with the Kia challenge. I probably should have practiced that a little bit more, unfortunately, but then we had the refuel issue, so I'm going to be redoing that one anyway and making sure we do it without any issues. You know, I learned Circuit of the Americas, I learned all the Texas tracks, and, you know, it's been kind of fun. I know the next couple of ones are all tracks that I know, so, you know, I'm looking forward to learning some new tracks as the white flag is out. One more time around this Irwindale inner track, the tight little inner track. There are 4 layouts here, and we have just completed one of them. So there is the checkered flag on Irwindale inner. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the challenge. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite part of the Yakes87 World Tour is. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts and what you are excited for coming up. So thank you for watching, and have a fantastic day.